Hey, do you mind not drumming so loud? So it happens to all drummers. Can you pull it back just a small bit? It's a little overwhelming up here. You've been told not to be so loud behind the drum kit. Yeah, if you could use those sticks, they're not like wooden sticks, they're like all these small little sticks put together, and they don't make sense. And for us as drummers, it's annoying as fuck. How about putting maybe a towel over the snare drum? So instead of making excuses, here's 5 tips that are definitely gonna help you bring the volume down when you're behind the drum kit. So number 1, have a look at your hi-hat height. If your hi-hat is very high, you're most likely playing from the shoulder of the stick, i.e. caning the crap out of it. Example. So if you lower the height of the hi-hat, you have more options to play from the tip of the stick. Playing from the shoulder, especially from a height, will make a way louder sound. So it'll sound like a instead of a. Now hi-hats are linked to number 2, which leads me to a question. What kind of cymbals are you using? Bright cymbals with a brilliant finish are generally the most popular. They're also the loudest. They're designed to cut through the music, and sometimes you can cut through too much. So I would suggest have a look at some of the darker cymbals, or you could go for some of my favorites. Pick up some traditional cymbals, that way you can have the best of both worlds. You still can have bright cymbals and sound quiet with help of number 3. Play the cymbal with the shoulder of the drumstick. That's right, the exact opposite of what I told you to do with the hi-hats. Hitting the cymbal with the shoulder of the stick brings down the volume hugely. When you're hitting it with the tip of the stick, it brings up the volume and generally makes it sound a lot more aggressive. Have a listen to this example with the tip of the stick. Now compare that to this example of me playing with the shoulder of the stick. The shoulder is way more controlled and the volume comes down a lot more. You'll get a way wider spread from the cymbal and you will significantly reduce the volume of the overall sound of the playing. And all of that from just what part of the stick you play from. By the way, what drumsticks are you using? Because number 4 says the size and type of wood you have on your drumstick will make a little difference. So you're most probably using either hickory or maple. Maple is a softer wood and it generally will make a softer, more polite sound. Hickory is a harder wood which will produce a little harder and a more aggressive sound. Now the size of the stick is a little subjective, but it's no harm pulling back and trying a lighter stick just to experiment and see, will it actually bring down your volume even just a little bit? Because in theory, the bigger the stick hitting the drum, the louder the sound coming from the drum. And what's your drum kit made out of? Enter number 5. Some woods are louder than other woods. For instance, if you have a drum kit that's made out of birch or mahogany, they're going to be a good bit louder than, say, drum kits that are made from maple and poplar. Now, all of these tips are going to help you bring down the volume of your playing, but these aren't the real problem of why you sound so loud on the drum kit. It's your playing style that's actually making everything sound so loud. It's a lot to do with your technique. So here's an exercise that's definitely going to help you bring down your volume if you practice it for about 2 weeks. Okay, drum pad, sticks from here to here, you want to do roughly 1 inch. Main focus, make sure that you stay 1 inch from the pad, and it's a lot more difficult than you think. Make sure that what you're playing is what you mean to actually play, that you're not randomly playing. Make sure that it's in time and that it's very clear. So for instance, I'm just playing 8 notes there, 16 notes, into paradiddles, doubles. Just make sure that what you're playing is what you're supposed to be playing and that you're not randomly just hitting the drum. Make sure that it's in time. So what is the point of doing that? It's all about stick heights. You're playing like this. Problem is, you're not comfortable playing from a small stick height. It's easy to say to somebody, bring down your stick height, but it's not easy to do it. And hence, when you try and play from a small stick height when you're playing live, you start making a lot more mistakes. And so you immediately panic and then go straight back to playing with big movements, thus creating a bigger sound. The bigger movement you have when you play is the louder that drum is going to sound. If you get comfortable playing from a small stick height, you're then going to be able to play a lot softer and your volume will come down. It doesn't mean that you become a weak drummer. It doesn't mean that you're going to end up drumming like a sissy, but it means that you have now the control to play loud and to play soft. And that is the key. Anyway guys, I hope that helped you. Don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section. Give me one of these if you liked the video. Give me one of these if you didn't like the video. And I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Guys, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And if you like what you're seeing here today, you can see a lot more videos. Just click on any of them here on the screen.